What is going on, collective? All right, so today, you see, I got my petty cards out today, right? Okay, so yeah, today I was gonna do another reading or whatever. I didn't get that many downloads lately. I haven't gotten, well, I had a couple dreams, but those are more personal than excuse me, those are more personal. Okay, so you know the drill. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If this resonates with you, it resonates. If it doesn't, then it doesn't, right? Okay, so in our first house here, has to do with how you see yourself. You got the awakening card here, so it looks like somebody is getting perspective into something, or you are being awakened in some way, shape, or form, okay? You could be awakened to some kind of truth. You could be awakening to some kind of realization about your life or something like that. Let's see, we clarify it. Okay, we got the Jesus card out here. So somebody could be having revelations about some kind of about religion. You could be waking up to the truth about what certain religions are. And basically what happens here is kind of like, we have these religious, all these religious teachings and things of that nature, right? So essentially what happens is like the more we go along in our spiritual journey, the more we start seeing things that escape our minds and our senses, which in reality, that's what spirituality and religion is about. Like it's something that you grow into. It's not always something that you just know, because in kindergarten up through to, let's say, ninth grade, you're being taught to know certain things, right? So that from the 10th grade and up, you can apply certain kind of concepts because you understand the deeper inner working of things, okay? And we see that a lot in mathematics, where in which we start with basic arithmetic. After that, we learn how to do like double digits and negative digits and things of that nature. We just start learning all the rules around arithmetic until we get to the point where we get to, let's say, algebra. Now, algebra is a combination between arithmetic and logic. You see? It's almost like combining mathematics or numbers and reading comprehension. You see what I'm saying? Two concepts that seem like they're on two totally different spectrums, but essentially you're taking the rules of arithmetic and you're combining it with the numbers, right? I mean, with logic, okay? If X equals this, then this, and that. You know what I'm saying? And basically, religion and spirituality is essentially designed the same, in which, especially when it comes to Christianity or pretty much any religious that you go through, it seems like the more you go through things in life, the closer you become, the closer you get with your faith, or the tighter you get with your faith and what you believe in, even if that belief is non-belief. You see what I'm saying? So essentially that's what this is. This is you getting to the next level of some kind of belief. I have Jesus out here, so it could be Jesus, right? Let's see, let's go into the second aspect, or the second house. In the second house, we have the Two of Pentacles here, right? So yeah, it looks like your finances are balancing out or have balanced out. It looks like your finances is balancing out or have balanced out. And essentially what I'm seeing here is that, what is that? Oh, I thought I was a little from that. Essentially what's going on here is that everything is balancing itself out. It may not be exactly where you want it to be, but the vibe that I'm getting here is that it's stabilizing. The energy is stabilizing. right? But also, to clarify that, need attention. I got my need attention card out here. So somebody could be ignoring something that's really important to help them stabilize their second house. It might need some more attention. This could be like a job or work, or this could be just like maybe the house or whatever it may be, or whatever. Something in your something that you possess needs more attention, whether it's you tidying something up or whatever it may be, right? Okay, let's see what's going on in the third house. The third house has to do with communication and your siblings, okay? You got the Empress card here. That's good. So basically with this Empress card out here, you are communicating a lot of ideas and things of that nature. You could be full of different ideas and stuff like that is basically the vibe that I'm getting. It's a lot of ideas, and you may be communicating or expanding in some kind of way. You might be networking. A lot of people want to work with you, or you got a lot of people that are seeing you in a certain kind of light. You're understood. It's like you are understood and you are easy to understand. Okay. It's like you're taking the time to understand other people first, as well as being able to be understood by others. And this has to do with expression completely here. Because like I said, with the queens in my deck, it all has to do with expression, okay? The Queen of Wands is expressing through her action. The Queen of Swords is expressing through her thoughts. The Queen of Cups expressed through her emotions. And the Queen of Pentacles expressed through the possessions that she has, okay? It's all about expression, okay? And the way that you're expressing yourself, you're embodying all these energies of earth, air, fire, and water, and you are the very spirit of communicating and being understood at this time. What we have here is, fuck's wrong with you? So somebody could be in disbelief about stuff that you say or that you do. Yeah, this give me the vibe of like a shock factor. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be like, somebody could be like saying something that's really stupid, or and because you're in tune, it's kind of like you just giving them that look, like giving them this look like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So by you coming out as the Empress or whatever, the vibe that I get here is that especially in terms of communication and stuff like that, it give me the vibe that you are probably realizing that there's a lot of people who are not on your level at all, Let's see what else we got here. In the fourth house, we have the Six of Pentacles here. So with the Six of Pentacles here, this has to do with money coming in, repaying loans, debts, getting rid of stuff. Look like the home life is well taken care of at this time. It's a balanced give and take, okay? Yeah, what I see here is like a balanced give and take. And with this card coming up as green, that gives me the vibe of the heart chakra, okay? So essentially what happens here is that because it's a proper give and take, or is equal give and take, looks like you are bringing in good fortune for the family because of what you are putting out and what's coming in here, okay? So it's like, basically what I'm getting here is definitely the energy of someone whose heart is in the right place. Okay, be in a balanced place too. Okay, somebody's emotions and stuff is balanced, and what essentially what that means is that when it comes to giving and receiving is on a spectrum in which they are one and the same, but that it's like when you give, when you are giving, you are essentially giving to yourself, and when you are receiving, you're opening yourself up to receive from yourself. So in order to give, you have to put your, pride aside For whether you're giving or receiving, you have to put your pride aside sometimes, okay? Same thing with your ego, right? Especially when receiving, it's hard for you to put your ego aside, but it's like essentially what happens is you put your ego aside for so which allows you to receive the hard work from something that you've done. You know what I'm saying? So let's say if you are always giving and you're too prideful to receive, essentially what happens is that you neglect yourself of having your own karma, having your own good karma, in which it's like you're too prideful to accept from other people, right? And essentially it's like this, like when you do things for other people, you are acting as a part of the universe to reward them for the good karma that they've done to someone else. Now, when you are receiving from other people, that right there is allowing them to, you know, do good deeds so that karma could come to them. Good karma may come to them and you get what you need at the same time. So basically, it's regardless if you're giving or receiving, it's a win-win situation. Okay, that's the way that the universe is set up in terms of karma and abundance. It's like and I'm not saying you have to overexert yourself, because essentially that's what this balance is about between the self and the interpersonal, the personal and the interpersonal. But it's all governed on a transpersonal level, which means that when on a personal level, you might have more than what you need and you might give it to someone else or whatever, then that affects someone else interpersonally, right? And then when that happens, that right there gives that good karma out into the universe for a transpersonal thing to occur, in which when you need it, somebody in a better position than you is able to trickle that down to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, essentially that's what it is. So let's get a clarification here. And we got no. So that's probably exactly what this is. You probably learned to start saying no to certain things here. And, you know, and that's good. That is absolutely good, because the thing is that no is probably the hardest word to learn in the universe. You know what I'm saying? Like, more, especially when in terms of equal give and take, you know, a lot of times we overexert ourselves, like I was saying, about giving too much. You know what I'm saying? When you are too giving, you know what I'm saying, that disrupts the balance too, you know, so. All right, fifth house has to do with father and creativity. We have the 9 of Cups in reverse here. Yeah, look like there's some bitterness here, something like that. Look like maybe you're unhappy with some kind of project or creative endeavor that occurred or something like that. Possible. Let's see if we get clarification on this. We got FBI agent. So yeah, there's definitely some kind of energy here with involving possibly even a federal case, possibly. But the vibe that I'm getting here is kind of like there's something that you are regulating too much in terms of your creative endeavors. There's too much regulation on something that you're doing. It's not, you know, with this FBI agent here, it seems like with FBI agent, the vibe that I get here is that there is a lot of rules and regulations when it comes to like FBI, you know, the FBI agent or whatever, or the rules that the FBI follow versus the state, because the federal law has to follow federal officers, they follow federal laws, but they also, I believe, have the jurisdiction to prosecute on a city and state level. So they have to learn all the law. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have jurisdiction, you know, to work with all the laws to accomplish what they need done, right? Whereas a state officer may only, they may be able to use federal stuff, but for the most part, when lawsuits and stuff come up, if it's a state law or whatever, then generally only the state can handle it. If it's city ordinance or something like that, usually the city only handle it. And if it's a federal offense, then only the feds can, you know, prosecute on it. So essentially what I'm saying here is that there's probably like an idea, or there was something that you birthed, or something that a project that you're working on. It could even be a job that you're working at. It could be a relationship. But essentially what happens is kind of like there's too much regulation going on with something. You're not giving yourself the room to be free or to think freely for yourself. It's kind of like you're restricting yourself and snuffing out your own fire with a certain endeavor. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just letting it come into fruition like it's supposed to. So what is this? We got first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Let's go to the sixth house. This has to do with responsibilities and stuff like that. Yeah, responsibilities and stuff. Apparently things are, this is the time to take a break from your responsibilities. Like if you're on a diet, you taking care of certain stuff or whatever it may be. True enough, you're taking care of home, whatever. Try to get you some rest, try to rest up, because action is just as important as inaction. What we do is just as important as what we choose not to do. And that's what we call power, right? That's where the source of our power comes from. Now, when you overexert yourself, there's a chance that you'll end up fighting with yourself over something. And that halves your power. That makes you weaker. Okay. So essentially what happens here is that you have to take a break, okay? Just take a break or refresh your senses, or you know what I'm saying? Get you some good rest. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. Your rest is also a part of your responsibility, a part of your self-care. Let's see what comes up here. Yeah, this has to do with Shisui. I don't know if you guys are Naruto fans, but what happens with Shisui is that Shisui is a character who has this special ability in which he can cast a genjutsu, or basically what a genjutsu is kind of like an illusion, right? He has the special illusion ability when he fights, right? And essentially what happens is he puts someone in this illusion and they cannot detect the illusion at all. It's kind of like, it gives you, like, you wouldn't recognize that you're in that illusion at all. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's like, oh, this doesn't sound right. And then it's like, oh, I'm in an illusion. But sometimes you'd be so caught up with it. His illusions are so smooth flowing with reality that it's hard, like you cannot detect it, right? And that's the same thing with this four sword energy here. It's like, whether you need to enter into the dream realm, or generally you are fooling yourself into believing that you're fooling yourself into believing that you are in a certain energy that you're not. And it's all because you are, I don't want to say not, I would just say you have a lack of rest. That lack of rest is distorting your mind, fooling you or shifting you into your id energy, in which you are more in a primitive energy where it's like you're in this fight or flight stance at all times. Okay, so now's the time to get rest, relax, rejuvenate. Next here in the partnerships, we have the Knight of Cups here. So yeah, that love offer is still coming in here for someone. This love offer is gonna be balanced. Yeah. Also, this card is saying something about an invitation to a social event. So you could be asked out. You can go on a date with someone. You could be asked out. You could be yeah. Just be on the lookout with your partnerships. You might meet this person in the most unsuspected place. Okay, let's see what we got here to clarify that. We got always give it your all, okay? You see you got this person here, and then he's just like throwing a kid. That's why I made this is why I made these cards here. You see him just throwing that kid like he's a grown adult. There's somebody who's taking something extra serious. So like when it comes to this partnership, definitely take this serious. If you're going to be serious, take it serious. You know what I mean? Because I know it was, But the thing is like the vibe I get is like, don't just overdo it. Don't overdo it. Especially with the partnership in the partnership quadrant here. So in the eighth house here, this has to do with other people, dealing with other people and generally like things that are that are beneath the surface in a sense, right? And we have this Queen of Swords out here. So yeah, with this Queen of Swords energy, the vibe that I get here is that you're going to be a lot more upfront and you're going to be expressing yourself a lot, especially about stuff that you've been holding back on or stuff that you've been keeping to yourself. Like, this is a very dangerous time to be your enemy, honestly, because the vibe that I'm getting here is that you are getting ready to clean out the closet, basically. There's going to be this energy of exposing a lot of people, or this explosive energy here where it's going to be like people who were like doing things in the dark or whatever that you are conscientious of, and they've been attacking you in some way, shape, or form. You could be bringing that out into the light. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. What are those? I don't know if y'all seen that that episode of Family Guy when Stewie was like, "What are those?" But generally, we do this when someone has like fake or phony shoes on. So yeah, this could be you calling out fake and phony people here, right? Exactly what this is here. Okay, so we got the ninth house, which is governed by Sagittarius and travel here. Yeah, we have the sun here. So yeah, it is favored for you to do some traveling, meeting new people, and you have this aura of optimism around you, especially in terms of philosophy. So you could be studying something new, you could be meeting people new, or traveling somewhere new. All these things are favored in your life at this time, especially when it's governed by Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel has to do with the earth, okay? And this is the angel that protected Eden with the fiery sword at the gate, okay? This one, he's the angel that protects the Garden of Eden, okay? Archangel Uriel usually is affiliated with the earth, and not only with the earth, but because you have the sun energy here, this empowers that ninth house. Okay, this empowers that ninth house. And not only that, with this ninth house, it's at the top of the reading here, almost like the sun and noonday, right? Because essentially what's going to happen is like the sun is going to be here, then as it goes to the right, it goes down and around and back up, you know what I mean? Or actually it's not, it's going to come this way. It still has some power left before it starts going down. Yeah, wait, no. I'll take that back. Because this is the ascendant and this is the descendant. So if it's ascending, it's got to go this way. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So right now, don't miss this opportunity to travel. If you get a chance to travel, take it. You know, even if it's just to the next city over, new city, whatever, just travel, right? It could lead to important connections here. Let's see what this travel is clarified by. Bring that ass here, son. So basically, you know what I'm saying? This is the card says that it has something to do with like roasting somebody and all that, you know, about talking about people and stuff like that. So yeah, you could definitely be bringing shit out to the open about something that, you know, most people like try to hide, you know what I'm saying? So I see a lot of expository energy out here. The vibe that I'm getting here is kind of like so say somebody think that they're better than you, or somebody has been doing something in the dark for a long period of time. And this has nothing to do with anyone specifically. But like say if something's been going on, or somebody's been criticizing someone, or say you got bosses who's talking about certain coworkers and stuff like that, and it's been done in front of you, and you know that philosophy kick in, and it's like, wait a minute, how are you going to say that this person is like, how are you going to say that this person is trash, but you were the person that hired them? Is that a reflection of me? Or, I mean, is that a reflection of like the employee or the employer? They give me the vibe of that guy that just died, Kevin Samuels, right? Especially when there are ordinary people who want extraordinary people. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, and it doesn't have to be like in dating or anything like that. But essentially what Kevin Adam Samuels was getting at, what aside from all the, you know, the stuff he was saying, but the gist of it was like, this is like, okay, so you're this average person and you're expecting to be with someone, you know, like this versus somebody who is like a rib like you. You know what I'm saying? Essentially, you know what I'm saying? But he had his own way of saying it, and a lot of people would not be receptive to the way that he put it out there. But hey, to each their own. I listened to the message. I didn't pay attention to the messenger all that well. But, you know, the vibe that I get here is like, yeah, bring that ass here, son. They definitely give me the vibe that somebody out here has been running their mouth or, you know, doing something. It's something that someone is doing out here. And Sagittarius, or basically the Sagittarian energy that's out here, that either you're going to embody or you could even be a Sagittarius, right? The vibe that I get is that, you know, this person is going to like try to defame or talk about somebody. And you may like this person or you may not like this person. But the person, I mean, you may or may not like the person they're talking about, but it could get you to the point where you're just tired of hearing it every single day or every time you talk to them. And all of a sudden, it's just like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that you think this person is obsessed with you, but you've been following this person every single day. Every move this person make, you've been reporting to me like April O'Neil from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Everything. You've been reporting all this shit to gossip with me about this shit. So, and this person doesn't even know who you are. So like, you know what I mean? It's like logic. There's going to be a lot of philosophical logic out here that's going to be exposing people, okay? And it also could be a circumstance of somebody just saying the wrong shit and everybody picking up on it like, wait a minute, what? You know what I mean? So, okay. Next we got the 10th house of career. Let's see what's going on with the career. Okay, we got the 2 of Cups out here. You could be meeting somebody at work or somebody who's in a similar field as you. Is the vibe that I'm getting. There's the possibility of a relationship with somebody in a similar field as you. Or you can meet somebody at work, or you can meet somebody while on the job, or and it definitely could be this 7 of Cup energy. I mean, this 7th house energy here, where you're meeting someone new, right? And you're putting your all into it, or overdoing it. Unnecessary roughing is what I want to call it. You're being unnecessarily rough with them. That's exactly what the 7th house energy gives me. You know, you unnecessarily, like, you could be like cold to this person when you first meet them, or you could like say something like, this person could approach you like this child, have this childlike approach to you, and by you being this master, it's like, yeah, I'm gonna show no mercy. You know, that's the kind of the vibe that I'm picking up on. But I heard somebody say that. I heard a reader say something like that before, though, about being rough with somebody who's just trying to like flirt with you or whatever. And, you know, but with this 10th house energy with the 2 of Cups here, you could be in love with your job in general. Okay, maybe you just like what you do. Maybe you just like the people you work with, or maybe you just like your supervisor, or maybe you just like the workload or how it operates. But the vibe I'm getting here is definitely you're going to meet somebody here. And let's see what the clarifying energy here. Yeah, we have a shadow storm here. So yeah, you could be a shadow storm, and this definitely gives me the vibe of basically that 7th house energy here. Because remember, I just told you that this right here, you're just unnecessary roughing. So you could be slaying it at work right now. You could be killing it. Because essentially, this is the only Only Ninja and G.I. Joes that would actually kill. And yeah, you could be killing it right now. You could be exceptionally skilled at what you do. You can, and that's, you know, attributes to why you love doing what you do at work. And I love that. You know why? Because I have this, you know, there's this philosophy that says, you know, if you do what you love every day, like in terms of like work, when you do what you love and get paid for it, you'll never work a day in your life. It's kind of like being on vacation every day. And when the time comes, like the money builds up, everything just works out. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing what you love. And I don't have anything against people who do what they have to do to get, you know, to survive. Because that is also, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just life. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But essentially at the end of the day, it's your decision on if you get to this life or not. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it's up to you. It's not my decision to make it for you. It's your decision to make it for yourself as a man and or a woman. And if you choose not to make that decision, then that's on you too. However, the person that I'm talking to specifically here is killing it at work right now. You could be in sales and you could be making like just killing it is the vibe I'm getting here. If not, it is definitely coming. It is definitely coming. Okay. This give me the vibe of being able to take on any obstacle that comes your way. This is, I could talk on and on about this one because I just like that energy altogether. Excuse me, especially in terms of like the 10th house of career and stuff like that, right? Oh yeah. We have an 11th house, Queen of Pentacles here. So that's with the Queen of Pentacles here. This is somebody who is expressing themselves through, you know, their possessions and stuff like that, essentially. This is somebody who, you know, let me see what the card says. Okay, you deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. So this has to do, the 11th house has to do with your friends and your social circles and stuff like that. And this could be you just pretty much pampering them or being, you know, really good to them, you know, and really having a good time with them. You guys could be going out and having some fun or, you know what I mean? Because, you know, it's starting to get warm. I can't say it's starting to get warm. I could see this summer being the longest summer ever because it already feel like it's summer in May. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the vibe that I'm getting here is definitely about with this 11th house energy. It gives me the vibe of, it just gives me the vibe of you and your friends going out having a good time and enjoying each other. You could be the center of, or one of the centers of the social circle. And I see it as the Queen of Pentacles here, right? So with this, I don't know, maybe it's just pleasant to be around. People are, you know, okay, yeah, it says make time for those around you. So yeah, you could be like working really, yeah, that makes sense, you know, because you are slaying it at work, obviously. So you're starting to rack up a nice amount of money and it's like, you know, you start to neglect your family, your friends and stuff like that, you know. So take time for your social circle, you know what I mean? Because essentially who's in your social circle will dictate, you know, what gets close to you, right? Let's see. Yep, the friend zone. Essentially, if you get friend zoned in your own friend zone, essentially what happens is like you'll go from like speaking to somebody that, you know, you fuck with every day to, you know, basically noticing that somebody replaced you in a sense, right? Social circles change every day, especially with social media and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like it just, it's changing on a daily basis. So yeah, don't get friend zoned by your own friend zone, in your own friend zone, right? So this is the psychic realm. This is what's going on in the spiritual realm around you. This is the 3 of Wands in reverse. This gives you the vibe of putting off self-gratification here. So essentially what's going on in the spiritual realm is that some things are coming whether you are calling in your karma or something like that prematurely. It's a lot of premature action that's being taken in the spiritual realm, right? Somebody could be, someone is in the, the vibe that I get is that in the psychic or spiritual realm, there was some things that are planned out, right? There was some stuff that was planned out for someone. And the vibe I'm getting is that somebody was doing something in the spiritual realm without thinking it through. Somebody did something without thinking it through. And because of that, it's manifesting into the real world in an impulsive or unthought out way. Let's see what we got here. This has to do with, well, I know I can't use that kind of word. Let me block that out or whatever. But it has to do with N-word hours, okay? Right? So essentially, somebody did something in a spiritual, astral, physical world, realm, whatever realm this is. This has to do with like the unseen. Somebody did something in the spiritual realm, okay? And they are going to regret what they did. This is going to be something that's going to keep them up at night. They're going to be crying. They're not going to have anybody to go to. It's like, I don't know what this person did or what they put out, but it is definitely spiraling out of control. It give me the vibe of somebody doing spell work on top of spell work, or doing something over and over again to try to change the outcome of what they did last. Because it's like something, it's like kind of like if, let's say you tried to do a spell, right? And it didn't backfire. It sort of worked, right? And so you're like, okay, well, what I'm gonna do it again, but I'm gonna change this. So you do it again and you change that, so it sort of works some more. And then it's like, okay, well, you do it again and then it doesn't work, it's bad. And it's like, okay, so you're constantly, the universe has trained you essentially to continuously to keep doing a certain kind of work, but constantly changing the variables of that work as you keep redoing it. Because if it's done the same exact way, it just kind of loses its power. Okay? Somebody has been out here doing that to try to keep from having like a backfire come, or a reversal of some sort, or yeah, this energy is like, it's going, it's working, okay? It's working, but it's not working the way this person envisioned it working. Because essentially, like I said, this could be something that comes back on the person who sent it out. And it doesn't matter how much they perfected it. It doesn't matter what petition. It doesn't matter the intentions. It doesn't matter what kind of sacrifices they did. It doesn't matter. No, none of that matters at this time. It's like this person is encaged in this realm of this void, where there is no mana to manifest magic from. Yeah. That's confirmation, man. Somebody is in a void. Someone created a spiritual prison for themselves and it's manifesting into this realm. Maybe they was trying to keep somebody else from getting out or from doing something. And essentially what happened was, slowly but surely, they manifested a spiritual prison for themselves. So the overall energy that I have here, this is something new that I added, because essentially everything is heliocentric in nature, right? Everything has to surround around everything, right? Around something. So essentially added like a little sun to this natal chart that I created, right? What the overall energy here would be like the Three of Cups, but it was sideways. So it has to do with other people, okay? Or people around you, essentially. So maybe the things that we were talking about has to do essentially with people around you. And then look at this. We have the damn trap. Wow. So somehow this is a trap for somebody or something like that. Like this had to do with something about someone being trapped. Okay. All right. So essentially, I have to go back and do all the planets that's affiliated with these major arcana. I got 1, 2, 3 major arcana here, right? So first and foremost with that's Pluto in the first house. Pluto and Aries in the first house. I believe that has to do with coming to terms with releasing things and letting things go, or expressing yourself through, it has to do with like expressing yourself through transformations and stuff like that. This is somebody who's going to go through a lot of changes or need to embrace change in their life. Okay? Is the vibe that I'm getting here. I could be wrong because I'm still studying the astrological aspect of this, right? And then 1, 2, 3. And then in the third house, when it comes to communication, the Empress card, I can't remember who the Empress is affiliated with off top. I can't remember what planet or sign. I'm going to say it's like Venus. I'm going to say it's like Libra, Libra. Let's see, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer. Or it could be like, Libra, Capricorn, and Cancer. I believe those 3 are generally affiliated with, Aries, Libra, Gemini, and Cancer. No, not Gemini. Well, you know what? Yeah, Gemini, because this is Gemini's house here. So it would be like Aries and Libra, because Libra is affiliated with Venus, right? And the opposite of Libra is Aries. So I got Aries and Libra. And then Capricorn is affiliated with Libra through Saturn. Okay? And the opposite of Capricorn would be Cancer. So I got those 4 signs out here off rip, and they're all in Gemini. Okay? Gemini, third house. So there's 4 separate interpretations with this, but essentially I'm just going to do Venus overall. So Venus in Gemini has to do with like a sapiosexual essentially. This is somebody who is really good at seducing people, seducing women, or somebody who is very good at understanding other people, and it's like the way that they speak, it has something to do with speechcraft because of that Venus energy here. It has something to do with someone who knows exactly what to say to connect to someone's heart or pull at someone's heartstrings, right? To give what they want. Outside of that, I will say that there's somebody who, because that Venus has a way of dressing things up, making things look like they are a certain kind of way in which they are not. And then we have the Sun card, which is in the 9th house of Sagittarius. With that Sun card there and the Sun in Sagittarius, we could be talking to a Sun sign or someone who has their Sun in Sagittarius, okay? This could be, and when Leo is in Sagittarius, it could be like a Leo rising Sagittarius Sun, or it could be like a Sagittarius, well, I can't say Sagittarius rising because that, you know what I'm saying, because of the sun. But either way, you know, the vibe that I'm getting here has something to do with like a Leo, that Leo energy, and that the sign of Sagittarius has to do with someone who's bold. It has to do with boldness, okay? Someone who's bold about travel, exploring new concepts and stuff like that. The vibe that I'm getting here is definitely the energy of let's see here. It give me the vibe, let's say with the sun and Leo, it give me the vibe of I guess the best way to put this is that it's giving me the vibe of a philosopher that is, like I said, that's just a bold philosopher, somebody who's a go-getter, somebody who has this energy surrounded around like understanding others or being understood. Yeah, understanding others. This has to be like an empathic energy with the sun energy here, with the sun card here, because it's optimistic. It's a warm energy. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference between a fire and the sun. They are both comprised of the same element. However, fire is intense, right? It's intense. The sun is warm. So yeah, this could be somebody who a lot of people gravitate towards this person. This possible like Leo rising, or this you know, with Leo and Sagittarius, it's a complementary energy here. It's like a double fire energy. This double fire energy in philosophy, it's twice the enlightenment. You could be being enlightened by two different concepts or two different philosophies at the same time, which is why you have this awakening. Ooh, confirmation. Which is why you got this enlightening energy here with in the Aries, this awakening energy here. You see what I'm saying? Now that I think about it, that could be just like Uranus or Uranus energy, or Neptunian energy. Because with Neptune, it's like we coming from illusion to, it's between like illusion and disillusion here. You know what I'm saying? So if that is the case, then it will be like with Neptune and Aries, it's kind of like whatever you believe about yourself is what's becoming true, essentially. And the same thing with this three of, I know this isn't a major arcana, but we have the 3 of water here with, yeah, the three of cups here with the trap card. So it look like there's a group of people that trap themselves in something. And remember, I was just saying that with this right here, about something that was manifested in the spiritual realm that's going to lead to a deep regret. Essentially what happened is 3 of Cups energy. This has to do with a group of people who did something that trapped themselves. Yeah. This is the circle game. Essentially with the circle game, what happens is you force somebody to look at a circle under, you know what I'm saying? But you have to hold it below your belt. And when they look at it, that's when you get to hit them. So somebody could be playing a game or trying to trap you into thinking about them only so that they can spiritually attack you. Because essentially that's what's going on here. When you think about them, that opens like a doorway, or when they think about you, it opens up a doorway for something to come in, whether it's karma of some sort. But what I'm worried about is this right here. If they did something like that, what happens if it reverses around and it's more like they start experiencing karma when they think about you instead of what they initially wanted it to be? You see what I'm saying? But either way, I think it's a lot more. It's a lot more work than what I'm seeing here. It's a whole lot going on with this spiritual work. This whatever this is here, because this is definitely something unnerving in the spiritual realm. Have to do with like impulsivity or not, or making certain choices on impulse, basically, and it becoming, and it is leading to a trap. Now, essentially, the vibe I get is that someone's going to deny this reading and say, well, it's you and it's not me. But if you're working with other people here, then you're the one who's going to get caught in that trap. That's why you have that 3 of Cups out here. You know what I'm saying? Damn trap. See? Damn trap. That's what I'm saying. But, I mean, you know, that's my interpretation. Everybody gonna have their own interpretation. We did have the FBI card out here, so maybe the FBI is involved in something here. It could be like a PPP loan. She's really somebody making something believe, making it, and that right there is also the vibe that I was getting here, especially when I said that I just heard someone talking about, oh, what if it's you and not me? That's this energy right here. You see what I'm saying? That's this energy right here. Yep. That is all that I have, and hopefully I hope you all got the message you were looking for. I'm getting ready to switch my reading back up. I'm going to come up with a new way of doing my cards, a new spread. So the other spreads are pretty good. Like the tetrasite spread that I was using, that was pretty good. It's based off Kabbalah. I didn't create that. I found that with that has to do with Kabbalah in general, okay? But my interpretation is different than what other people use. This one is something I created on my own. Well, I can't even say that because there is other readings here. Generally, when they do, you know, the 12 card spread, it has to do with what's going to happen throughout the year. So that is all that I got. I love you all, and thanks for checking out my channel. I will be adding something new soon. Like I said, I'm gonna figure out a new way of doing my spread, or a new spread. Come up with something a little more original, something that I can connect with. You know, I guess I think, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at my book and I'm gonna figure out what spread I want to do next, because I have this book and it was breaking down life into various different parts. Like, you have this career aspect of you. There's an aspect for relationships, about your health and wealth. I mean, your health. You're about your psychological being. Basically, every one of those houses are a breakdown of a person's like life, right? Now, I'm going to group those together, and I'm going to do the breakdown. I think that's what I'm doing. I'm going to find a spread that does the breakdown of like that. Yo, I'm getting a message here. But like somebody is getting ready to try to play like Superman or something like that. Somebody is getting ready to try to save a woman, but it's going to be too, like, in the nick of time, in a sense. Might even be too late when this person comes to try to save her. Whoever this person is, that's going to fly in almost like a Superman energy. You know. Yeah. Like the divine is behind somebody's back. But like somebody is going to save a woman's life. I see a man saving a woman's life, like just in time. And God is extending his hand out over this man and this woman, protecting both of them. So essentially, the vibe that I'm getting here is that there's going to be a man that's going to extend his protection to a woman that he really loves. Yeah, because I see like a ghoul or a goblin or something like that. What I'm seeing here is like, remember I was talking about that group of people that was working together? What I'm seeing here is like they all merged to one soul. So it's one spirit with many souls connected to it, is what I'm seeing here. And it's like they're all fighting with each other in order to, you know, it's like a constant eternal battle in which they are all mixed together fighting each other to get like dominance over this body or this, you know, whatever this is. Yeah. You're gonna save a woman and it's gonna save both of you if you're a masculine. And this, you know, and I see a man more than I see a woman, but I see a man saving a woman. All right. I love y'all all. Take it easy. Be safe out here. And yeah. I see an ascended master with a book. Like St. Peter writing down someone's deeds. Writing down what someone is doing. I think I'm going to do a table reading next time. I think I'm going to just read my table and see how that turned out. All right, y'all. Peace.